G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel on this lovely evening, getting out and doing a ride. I've been busy all day, but the grind do not stoppeth. And I tell you what, I was looking at some of those new bikes that were announced, and oh boy, I'm very excited. But before we get into that one, g'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Nathan. I make videos about motorcycles, motorcycle news, tips and tricks, and all that goodness in between. If you like my content, please subscribe. We're hitting 10,000 at the end of the year, that's the goal. Otherwise, just leave a like and a comment. If you don't like my stuff, dislike it, I don't care. And if you want to leave a hate comment, be my guest, I love it. But without further ado, let's get out on this lovely dark ride and see what's happening. I tell you what, there's been a few announcements that I didn't sort of see coming, ladies and gents, because we all sort of knew about the Honda's announcements and all that, but the biggest thing I sort of got surprised by was actually the announcement of the Trident 800. Now, the Trident 800 is actually, I think, a perfect thing to go, because some people find the Trident itself a little lacking. Now, when it's tuned, it's actually not too horrible. That engine makes a good amount of power out of it. In fact, when you have like the Daytona 660, you get like 100 and something horsepower out of it when it's fully powered. So it's not a terrible little engine, but a nice little 800, that's a good little in-between for that nice middle-sized power. Now, if they make a Daytona 800, I'll be happy. It's not definite, it's not necessarily gonna happen, but if they make a Daytona 800 and they do the sort of thing where they make it more of a sports bike rather than just the same as the Trident with the fairing, I'm sensing we have some good potential bike on the horizon there. Like, it's actually looking pretty sexy. I don't mind the Trident look. I actually looked at getting one at one point. I'm glad I didn't, because I'm happy with my Rebel. But you know what? The 800, it's probably going to be a nifty little thing. There's an itch in my ear, and I can't quite get to it. Oh, I managed to stick my hand up through my helmet to be able to get that. I'm very happy about that. But let's talk about the other ones that we sort of saw coming, because we heard about the CB 1000, the new retro style one. Oh, and I tell you what, that bike is exciting. The Hornet was apparently very good. Look, she's a little lacking on power, but you can tune it. I think the American one, you can tune like an extra 30 horsepower into it. That's how detuned it is. It's ridiculous. But if you like your retros, I'm telling you, that new CB 1000 is very sexy. If you don't like retros, fair enough. But I tell you, I'm keen about that one. They also have announced the CBR and CB 500 Super 4s, which is, that is exciting stuff. I did have a chance to ride the CB 400 Super 4, and I loved that bike. It was a good fun. I gave it one little squirt around the neighborhood, but a bigger engine version, say less. I'm there, I'm here for it. That is probably one of the most exciting things on that list so far. Because, look, I get it. Some people don't like the smaller inline 4 engines and the small CCs, but if you don't like it, something's wrong with you, because those bikes are a hell of a lot of fun. And I think that will be a very big favourite of the new era of bikes. It's been a while since we've had some exciting inline 4s. Like Kawasaki sort of brought it out with the Z400 or ZX4R, whatever the hell they call it. And I'm really glad Honda's like, you know what, there's a market for these little inline 4s. Because we don't want the inline 4 engine to die, because it's very popular to have all the parallel twins these days. Parallel twins are easy to make, cheap to make, and if you make them big enough, they make a decent amount of power. Now, they're not the most powerful, but the inline 4s, there's something special about them, man, that you can't quite beat, that the other engines just don't quite nail. Like a V-twin will always be best for cruising and that torquey power. An inline 4 will always be best for that top-end power. Triples are just good all-round bikes, and parallel twins just do the job, right? They're the workhorse engines. But, it's nice to see some new bikes coming out. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what's coming. Now, you do get that Aprilia limited edition. I think it's a track bike only, so that's cool, but I like the idea of the limited edition bikes, but track bike doesn't interest me too much. You got the revised Ducati, monsters and other things. But Kawasaki's bringing out those new 1100 models, which is interesting. They're running up that Aprilia size engine now. And they got the naked bike, and I think they're making the Ninja 1100 or whatever the hell they're calling it. It's cool, all right? Big engine, big power. It's not going to be the most exciting thing. I think Jix is updating their things to have the same bike, but slightly new. Jixer really needs to do something, man, with their model. Suzuki, you're lacking, all right? Everybody knows you're lacking. You're lacking like a Ninja 650, brother. You need to do something. Update your bike. Make it more beautiful and modern. Don't put winglets on it, please. Just do everything else. Make it really, really sexy and sleek. Gixxers, I think, are one of the more boring looking superbikes. Just give it a nice, really nice, updated and aggressive. Oh, that's all I want, because Gixxers make good bikes. Well, Suzuki makes good bikes. It's a shame they just make boring looking ones. I just want them to put the same amount of oomph and effort into their bikes as they do with repeating the same outdated technology models. I mean, just GSXRs were bloody good, man. They've, like, the GXR 1000, was it the K6 something? It's like the fastest superbike made for ages, so why don't you upgrade and put more oomph in your boys, please? But I tell you, out of the other bikes so far, nothing revealed too much has been too exciting, you know, But I think the Super 4s are becoming my favourites. But I'll tell you what, I was looking at the Indian Scout 101s. They're kind of hot. Nice forwards, light rising on the bars. That TFT needs a bloody update, dude. It takes 30 seconds or 32 seconds to turn on from a black screen. It is outrageous. 32 seconds to when you can see it. That's way too long. I think the Indian Chief takes about 20 seconds, which is already obnoxious. Like, my Honda Rebel turns on in like bloody 5 seconds at the most. It's outrageous how slow those things are. But I tell you what, you still can't tune them, I think. Oh, maybe there is. They're really hard to tune because you got to get the ECU unlocked. So I think there's 2 places in Victoria now that do it. So if you own one of those modern Scouts, the ability to tune it is becoming more popular, but I'm liking the idea of it. They're just so damn expensive. Someone needs to explain to me how the original Indian Scout Bobber, right, was only $20,000 brand new in Australia. And now this new model is $25,000. What happened? Sure, they made the engine bigger and they added the TFT. That is not $5,000 worth of change, my friend. It is just an updated model. If you're going to keep the 1133, sure, then you can be like, oh, all right, this one's a bit different. They're $5,000 more. But no, it's just they've deleted the old one, put the new one, and been like, here's $5,000 more. Like, get fucked, mate. You did not get an extra amount of detail worth of that much. Stop being greedy, you bastard. But if I could afford a 101, I'd probably buy one. Those red ones are very, very sexy. And they sound very nice with a good exhaust. I just don't know if I'd put a slip-on or a full system. I like the idea of a slip-on. I don't want too much noise. I like a bit of noise. I just don't want too much noise. You know what I mean? Like, there's limitations to my enjoyment of noise. Like when we went on that charity ride, we went through the tunnel. I redlined my bike. I couldn't hear my bike. All I heard was the bloody tunnels and Harley revs and the feeling of the other exhausts rumbling my literal chest cavity. That's how loud those other Harleys were. Ugh. But it's exciting, man. Some of these new bikes coming out are definitely keeping the bikers interesting. Like with the KTM getting revealed, that was really exciting. I love the idea of that new 990 RCR. In fact, like I said, I loved it so much I've actually considered buying one. I know it's a very big change of pace from what I'm riding now, but maybe I should go for a cruiser first and then upgrade to or get a sports bike on the side when YouTube starts doing me nice, or if I start making money, or if I win the lottery. But it is really nice to see all these new bikes coming out. And if you are like getting on your full license, or you're just looking to get into bikes, it's exciting. Oh, that's a nice sunset. It's exciting because all these new toys makes it so that you're more interested in getting into riding, you know. So the option is always there. The option's always nice. And honestly, man, I'm just keen to see what else they're cooking, because if this is only like the first round of putting out new exciting bikes, the next years to come is good, because we've had a bit of a boring spell. Like we had the R7s getting an update finally. I think the last update was in 2022 maybe, but it's nice to see it's getting the new engine from the new MT-07, even though it's not that different, but it's different enough to be an update. I think it's getting an electric throttle as well, which that doesn't do much for me, but you know, it's exciting to see that getting some much needed updates. Alright, we're getting some good things and whatnot. It's not perfect yet, but we're getting the change. So, all I'm saying is, man, new bikes on the horizon. There's some exciting things to come. There's some more boring bikes coming out. Some expected ones, and some little less expected ones. Like I said, the CB 1000 Retro and the CB 500 Super 4 is not expected, but I'm here for it. And, oh, I just want to see more stuff, man. More stuff is better. More the merrier, as they say. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop around this little community garden because I've got to do something around here. If you have anything else you want to add, any other bikes you've seen that you're excited at seeing, please let me know down below. And I want to see and hear about what bikes interest you the most out of these new ones, because there is definitely some exciting ones coming out and I am keen. So whatever you're keen for, tell me down below. Otherwise, take it easy, keep it cheesy. You know I love you, but it is time to leave you. enjoy the sunset with me for a moment and have a wonderful day. Peace. Bye.